This is nonsense. It's clickbait. I mean, I heard all those comments. And I'm not saying that I unequivocally believe LeBron James is reptilian. But this is the point that I want to make using this as an example of being a Christian and dealing with conspiracy theories. I'm a Christian, but I also have a very big conspiracy theory bent. And for a lot of people, particularly Christians, that poses a problem. Now, I've been a Christian pretty much my whole life. I've been to Bible college. I've been a pastor. I've served at various levels in the church. And for the last couple years, I've become a social media content creator. And I have the word preacher in my name. And for those of you who don't know, I'm the tattooed preacher. And when people see the word preacher and then they see a lot of the content that I create, it rubs them the wrong way. I get a ton of messages and comments saying, how could a preacher, how could a man of God post some of the things that you do, talk about some of the things that you do? And over the course of the last couple of years, I've literally lost thousands of followers because of the stuff that I post. Now, I've also gained thousands of followers because the default reaction to a lot of conspiracy theories out there is just this immediate rejection. The default response, they hear conspiracy theory, oh, it's not true, it's fake. And if you believe it, you're nuts. And if you're a quote unquote preacher and you believe it, you're even more nuts and you're leading people astray. I mean, I've heard it all. And so this is an interesting space to be in because I love Jesus. I love the Bible. I'm all about studying the Bible. The Bible is the inerrant, infallible word of God. It's the foundation for what we base our faith on. It's how we find out who God is, what he's like, what he's about, all of that. But I also know that there's so much more going on in our world than we realize. The unseen realm, the spiritual realm, supernatural realm, whatever term you want to use there, is so much bigger, so much more complex, so much more complicated than the average Christian is aware of or even thinks about. And so there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there that get intertwined with the unseen realm, the supernatural realm, and the supernatural worldview of the Bible. There's a lot of overlap, conflation there that a lot of Christians just don't see and, again, are not aware of. And so here's case in point. I recently came across a video of LeBron James where, and I'm going to play the video, where someone was watching his interview at the beginning of the Olympics and they paused it on this one particular frame and it looked like his eyes became like reptilian. There is a conspiracy theory out there where there is a race of beings called reptilians. And here's just, I'm going to read you a little synopsis here. If you've never heard of the reptilians, the reptilian conspiracy theory is one of the most intriguing and complex narratives in the world of fringe theories. It suggests that shape-shifting reptilian aliens, often referred to as reptoids, reptilians, or lizard people, have infiltrated human society and are manipulating world events to their advantage. This theory combines elements of ancient mythology, modern science fiction, and genuine political skepticism, creating a compelling and intricate story that has fascinated many. The belief is that there is a race of beings that have the ability to shapeshift, that have the ability to, have the appearance of humans. And so they've come in, they've amalgamated themselves into our society with people of influence, so politicians, actors, actresses, celebrities, athletes, famous people. They've infiltrated our race. There's a lot of people out there who claim to have experiences where people have shape-shifted before them, in front of them. This is where this whole thing comes from. Now, LeBron James. So this dude froze the interview, and LeBron's eyes became very reptilian like. And so I'm going to show you the video. You'll see it, and then we'll chat.
LeBron Lizard Man James, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. You see the reptile eyes right there? This is a high-class reptilian shapeshifter. LeBron Lizard Man James caught live, shape-shifting in the 2024 Olympics. I can't believe this. Play. Rewind. This is live TV. Look at this.
Okay, so you see his eye switch there from regular eye to this reptilianish, reptile-looking eye. Now, in the comments on this video, when I posted on Instagram and TikTok, hundreds of comments saying, it's fake, it's a glitch, fix your TV, fix your internet provider, you're a preacher, how can you be posting this stuff? This is nonsense, it's clickbait. I heard all those comments. And I'm not saying that I unequivocally believe LeBron James is reptilian. But this is the point that I want to make using this as an example of being a Christian and dealing with conspiracy theories, is that even if one instance is true, it busts your paradigm. It should bust the way you look at your world. And this is the point. Now, whether or not he is irrelevant, but the fact is there is an insane amount of data, and this is just with this reptilian conspiracy theory, an insane amount of data out there from people who are claiming to have firsthand experiences with such creatures. And there's other videos like this. People are getting interviewed, people are talking, and their eyes flicker, their eyes change, and it looks like their eyes for a moment goes all reptile. And so this is how this whole thing starts and gains momentum. The point is this: if one account is true, it's got to change the way you look at the world. And when it comes to conspiracy theories, and this is one example of thousands of conspiracy theories out there, but as a Christian who loves their Bible, reads their Bible, loves Jesus, but also understands that there is a supernatural realm that's so much more complex than we know, that my default reaction no longer is, well, it's garbage, it's fake, it's not real. Because think about what we did 20 years ago to things now that are just normally accepted. The whole subject of aliens. 20, 30 years ago, you were a tinfoil wearing hat, nut job. Now we got people in the government coming out saying, no, it's legit. We've captured them. They're real. UFOs are real. We have them. We've recovered non-human entities, biological non-human entities. Now it's no longer nuts. My heart and why I post what I post now, even though I get so much flack, so much backlash, so much people hating on my content and hating on me because I'm putting it out there, is because what if it's true? What if even one account is true? Look at alien abductions. Thousands upon thousands of documented cases over the decades for people all over the world, various ethnicities, races, languages, ages, all of that. Let's say 99.99999% of it is false except one account. If one account of that is true, that's got to change the way we think. It's got to change the way we look at the supernatural worldview of our existence. It's got to change the way we look at spiritual warfare as Christians. And so this is why I post this kind of stuff, because I believe that there's so much more going on behind the scenes than we realize. You want to call it reptilians out there? I'm not against the idea. And in the research that I've done into it, what I've seen from other people's firsthand experiences, it's like some of this stuff, I wouldn't be shocked if it is true. But regardless, pick a conspiracy theory. I think that we're coming into a season and a time where we have to be more open to the complexity that is our world. Because if we're not, if we have these very limited, small box paradigm beliefs and understandings, then when stuff comes out We're not going to have a grid to be able to process it or even converse about it. And I think it's going to create a lot of anxiety in people. And so this is why I post stuff that I post. I'm a Christian, but why I love conspiracy theories, going down that road. And I'm not saying I believe in every conspiracy theory, by no means. But I think there's a lot more going on than we tend to believe, than we tend to think. And it makes me labeled as a nut job. A lot of people want to come at me and saying, you're just clickbait, you're just pushing stuff, you're an idiot, you're not intelligent. I've heard it all. Man, I'm okay with standing on that limb and by saying, you know what, if even one of these accounts are true, it's got to change the way we look at our world. And what if we live in a world where this is true? Think about that. What if it was true? What if there are? And you're a Christian and you live in a world where that's true. How does that affect how you read your Bible? How does that affect how you pray to God? How does that affect how you look at spiritual warfare? It's going to change things. And so my prayer is that we become more open-minded, not to believe everything, but to understand that there's more going on than we think. So let me know down below what you think about this subject, Christians and conspiracy theories. How do you process it? How do you wrestle with it? Let's start a conversation, and we'll see you all in the next video. Much love. God bless.